What is going on, my fellow comic book readers, collectors, and enthusiasts alike? I am your host, Alt, here at Control-Alt-Defeat Comics, and that is right, this is the last new comic book day of 2025. And I'm going to talk to you about that here in a moment. But first, I'd like to take the moment to just wish you a happy holidays from us here at Control-Alt-Defeat Comics. And whatever you celebrate, whenever you celebrate, however you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate at all, I just hope you have a fantastic time. And yeah, I just wanted to take the time to say that a little bit. And now I'll get into the shocking title of this video, which I'm sure was incredibly clickbaity, but not completely clickbait, because it is true. This is the last new comic book day vlog for this channel for 2025. This probably won't be the last video of 2025, though. I'm hoping to have some more stuff, but I will be leaving soon for the holidays. I will be going out of state, and I will not be back until after Christmas. And once that is over with, we have a wedding, and then just some other life stuff, so I will not be able to get my new comic book day stuff from my local comic shop on Wednesday the 24th, as I won't be here, and then they will be unfortunately closed on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So I officially cannot get my comic books from the 24th or New Year's Eve until after New Year's Day, so probably the 2nd. I will come back and I will have a massive first of the year new comic book day vlog. And for the record, let me specify, I am not upset at all with my local comic shop. I understand completely. So I didn't want it to sound like I was in any way, dogging my LCS, because they are fantastic, and they deserve time with their loved ones and families and whatnot. And also, where they are located, I am sure is a madhouse around New Year's Eve, so I also don't blame them for just not wanting to deal with it. Anyway, so that is the gist of things. I'm going to try to still have more content coming out this year, at least one or two more videos. Maybe I'll even try to make some videos while I am out of state. Maybe I'll check out some, other comic shops and try to grab some stuff. Or I might even be able to do a little comic haul of what I get for the holidays. We'll see about that. But I'm going to try to have more videos than just this coming out before the end of the new year. And of course, we are still going to have our last Top Tuesday of the year coming out. And you definitely won't miss that one, because that is going to be our indie. But now, I've gushed and I've talked enough. This is probably going to be my longest new comic book day. So we are going to get right on into my top 3 from last week. And what are my top 3 from last week? Well, coming in at number 3 from Marvel Comics, we have Ultimate Spider-Man issue 23. Now, it almost got number 2. I will say it might even deserve number 2. Number 2 just has a sweet spot in my heart, which we'll talk about it when we get to that. But this issue was a lot of fun. Jonathan Hickman's writing is always fantastic. The art in this book is great. I really loved the action in this comic. A lot of people have been complaining, like, where's the action? Where's the action? Here's the action. This is where it is. And I mean, you are getting Spider-Man action in droves in this issue, and I loved everything about it. Super great. That is why it's at number 3. Honestly, could deserve number 2. But number 2 is going to go to Absolute Batman. This is issue number 15. This is Scott Snyder on story, and this art was done by Jock? I'm not sure. And the art was good. It was different than the usual art that we get in Absolute Batman, but it was good and I enjoyed it. the story was really good. Honestly, it wasn't as amazing as I was hoping, which is why it's not at my number one spot. I think my expectations for this issue were actually higher than the issue I ended up getting. However, that is only number 2. So what was number 1 last week? Ordained issue number 1. This comic, I was very, very interested in it from the get-go, just because of the premise. When I heard the synopsis of this book being essentially this priest who gives the last rites to a mobster who, on his deathbed, confesses his greatest sins, including a particularly heinous murder, and then makes a full recovery, and upon recovering, sends his men out after the priest because, well, now he knows his secrets. And this story was fantastic. It was Robert Venditti, Trevor Hairsine, and Dave Stewart. This story was really good. The art was great. The action was fun. The character, I'm sad that it's only a 3-issue story, because this first issue made me really love these characters already, and it only introduced a few characters, but each of them were interesting in their own way. So yeah, that was my top 3 stack for the week of what was it, the 10th last week? Something like that. Anyway, but today is, of course, New Comic Book Day, Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. And like I said, this is my last New Comic Book Day for the year, and I'm going to try to at least end her off on a solid note here. We've got our nice bag, courtesy of Alter Ego Comics, and, yeah, I'm just very excited to get into this stack here. So let's not prattle on too much, and let's get right on into this New Comic Book Day. We're going to start off with DC Comics here this week, and it is going to be, top of the list is Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum. This is issue 5. I'm so excited to read this book. This has been such a fun read, and the last issue ended on quite an interesting note. So I'm very curious where this story is going to be taking us moving forward, because the last issue just ended so... It was not what I expected. I will say that. It was definitely not what I expected. So, yeah, that is that. And then we move on to, we have got DC All Fight Month. This is the Teen Titans issue, just Titans, issue 30. This is round 4. So this is Cyborg versus Swamp Thing. And who's the creative team on this here book? I hate that DC doesn't have their title page. Here we are. It is John Layman with Pete Woods on art and colors. And yeah, very excited about this one. Really looking forward to continuing on with DCKO. Obviously, for anybody who watched my top 10 DC books of 2025, DCKO, very high up on that list. Speaking of which, next book on the list is DCKO All Fight Month. This is the Harley Quinn versus Zatanna, number 1. This is Joshua Williams, who is this? Leah Williams, Leah Williams on writing, and Mirka Andolfo on art. It looks like a lot of fun. Who do you guys have winning this one? And actually, we'll just talk about both of these. Who do you guys think is going to win? I think here, because this is a Titans book, I think Cyborg is going to win. However, maybe they throw us off in this one and Cyborg loses, and then the rest of the Titans book follows whatever happens to Cyborg after he loses the tournament, or follows the rest of the Titans now that Cyborg is no longer with them because he's lost in the tournament, potentially. So let's see, we'll see where this goes and whatnot, but I'm personally picking Cyborg to win this. Even though I love Swampy and I would love for Swamp Thing to win, but I really think he's going to take it. And as far as this one is concerned, I kind of feel like Harley Quinn is probably going to be the more popular, like, win in just terms of, like, mainstream popularity, but I personally would like to see Zatanna take this one. That is my choice. I want to see Zatanna win that one. Up next on the DC docket, we have got Absolute Flash. This is issue 10. I'm not caught up on the series, but I'm pulling it so I can catch up when the hardcover drops on the 23rd, which I unfortunately will not be here to receive. But the people who are watching my house for me will get that package inside for me, so I don't have to worry about that. But I just wish that I was going to be here to be able to enjoy that myself. But yeah, so that is gonna be it for the DC Comics. All right, so on our Marvel stack here, on the top of the stack, we have got Planet She-Hulk issue 2. I really enjoyed this first issue. I really enjoyed the one-shot from Imperial, and I really enjoyed the Imperial series as a whole. Stephanie Phillips is on writing for this, and I really like Stephanie Phillips' writing. I think she's going to knock She-Hulk out of the park, and I am very excited to read that one. Then we've got a new number 1. We have got Black Panther Intergalactic issue 1. This is another one that spins out of Imperial. The team on this one is not listed on the first page. Why isn't it listed on the first page? I hate it when they don't list it on the first page. I'm getting spoiled. No. Okay, I'm done. Lavelle, Nessie, and Valenza. I'm not exactly sure what your first names are, and I'm sorry. Blame Marvel for not putting the credits page on the first page. So yeah, but I'm very excited to read. I love Black Panther. I really enjoyed what they did with him in Imperial, so I'm really excited to see how this is. Next up on the docket, we have got, this is Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man Torn. This is issue 3. I've been enjoying this series a lot so far. I've thought this is Straczynski, right? Yeah, J. Michael Straczynski with Pierre Perez on arts, and I really enjoy the story in this one so far. That I don't know if that's my favorite. That might be my favorite non-Ultimate Spider-Man comic right now. And then we've got Radioactive Spider-Man. This is, what is it, issue 3? Yes, this is issue 3. I'm not caught up on this one either. So it looks like we've got Miles Morales potentially in this one, maybe. Again, I'm not caught up. I actually didn't even read issue 1. I started it and it just kind of wasn't my vibe. I want to give it another chance, but I keep just having too many other interesting things in my pile to read. So, yeah. All right, so that was the end of my Marvel stack. So now we are going to move on to the independent comic book stack here. And first up on the list is going to be Exquisite Corpses. This is issue 8. I've got this, and I've also got the poly bag, which I will be opening at the end, along with another polybagged comic. Spoiler alert for later. But yes, Exquisite Corpses, issue 8. I've been loving this story so far, and where the last issue left off has me so curious. And honestly, though, I'm not sure if that really is the top of my list for this week. It's either that or this. Everything Dead and Dying. This is issue 4. This story is fantastic. This is probably the best zombie story I've ever read. This is hands down better than, like, Marvel Zombies. It's better than Deceased. I don't know if it's better than The Walking Dead because I've never read The Walking Dead. I know that's a sin amongst the comic book community, but just, it was before I got back into comics, and I just never got into it. But this story, this story is amazing. Sorry about that. Had to clear my throat a little bit there. This story is amazing. It is such a fun read, and I've loved every issue. The characters have been there's so much emotional writing in this. Like, this story has got me gripped, and I'm honestly really sad. I think the next issue is the last one, unless this is the finale, but I want to say there's one more. I want to say there's one more issue left, and then that's it. And I'm sad to see this go, because this has been such a fun read. And then next, another comic that this one I'm going to try to get caught up on during my vacation. I'm going to take all of my G.I. Joe comics with me and try to get caught up. But this is G.I. Joe issue number 16. I think this is the end. Nope, this is number 4 of 5 of the Dreadnought War. So there's one more Dreadnought War issue left to come out. And like I said, I'm going to try to get caught up on that when I am on my vacation. Next up, this one I'm just really excited about. This is The Space Age. This is a Mad Cave comic. And I read the synopsis for this one online. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but I thought it sounded fun, and so I added it to my list. Kind of forgot about it, actually, and then here it is this week. So I'm going to see how this is. This might be kind of like a sleeper pick for the week in terms of a new number 1, because I haven't really seen a lot of people talking about it. Kenny Porter with artist Mike Becker. Yeah, I think it looks like a lot of fun. I think it kind of looks like some sort of 90s like vibe. And I think it looks right up my alley. And then we've got Supernatural issue number 3. I've been enjoying this series a lot. I'm a big fan of the Supernatural TV show. So this has been a lot of fun. This is Greg Pak writing this with Ellie Wright on colors, and a lot of artists, actually. There's like 5 artists on this issue. I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but yeah, I've been enjoying this so far. The first 2 issues have been fantastic. And then the last comic, I only picked this up because I have a love for blind bags here. I picked up the Mark Spears Monsters Winter Horror blind bag. And yeah, this is a thing I bought. They had one left. This was the last one. So we're gonna pull it open and see what we get. Along with our Exquisite Corpses bag here. But before I move on to opening those, what are my picks of the week this week for Marvel, DC, and Independent? Well, for DC, we have got Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum. Very excited about that one. Super duper fun series, and I can't wait to read the next issue of it. And then for our Marvel pick of the week, I'm going to give it to Black Panther Intergalactic. I'm very excited to start a new Black Panther story. So, yeah, definitely going to give it to that for the week. And then of course, this was a difficult decision, but I'm gonna give my pick of the week for independent comics to Exquisite Corpses. This story has just been, it's been great, and the last issue really left off in a place that's got me really excited to read this issue. I just realized I've done this entire New Comic Book Day vlog without my backlight on, so I apologize for the lighting in this being wrong. But I really don't want to redo the video, so I will turn the lighting on for my little opening here. But yep, so that's my top of the pile for each of the various publishers. So give me a moment, I will get my light on, and I will get to opening up the Exquisite Corpses and the Mark Spears blind bag. Something like that should be a good thumbnail. Anyway, yep. We're going to open these bad boys up. We're going to start with the Exquisite Corpses, see if we can't pull another holo card. I have pulled one of those cards in a foil so far, and I would love to pull a second. All right, so let's cut into this here and see what we pull. I am really hoping I can get another holo foil. I didn't have good luck with the holo foils up until recently, and then I think it was issue 6, I ended up pulling not just one, but 2 holos out of one of these. Like, there were just 2 cards in it for some reason. Alright, so let's see here. I'm gonna pull this away, let the card drop in my hand. Oh, it's backwards, that's nice. Get a nice little look at this front cover here. And let's see. Nope, no holo today. That's all right. We have got Leopold Strong here, though. I'll give you a little looky-loo at that. He's got the skill smash, deal 8 damage to target killer, and skip your next turn. So that's interesting. Sort of feels like it's like peeling off a little here. But yeah, that's another one to add to my Exquisite Corpses collection. I'm slowly but surely collecting all of the trading cards from that comic series. So yeah, that's that. That's exciting. But now for the one that you're probably the most excited for, this Mark Spears. Let's see what we can pull. I don't even know really what all are in this. I'm not reading Mark Spears monsters really, so like I'm not caught up. Let's see, we'll let you guys see what I get before I see what I get. What's this? Let's see. Come on. I don't know if I opened it quite enough. Okay, there we go. And I can see all of the different covers on the back here. There are a lot of really cool ones. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that's a Virgin variant, isn't it? That is A4. Yep, A4, a cardstock variant. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I dig that art. Doesn't say who the cover artist is, but I dig the art. The story inside this book I don't know anything about, so I'm not sure. The art in here is definitely interesting. I'll say that. But yeah, so there we are. That is the New Comic Book Day vlog, the last New Comic Book Day vlog of 2025 on this channel. And once again, I just want to take the time to say thank you so much for watching this channel. I've recently hit actually 12 subscribers as of recording this video, and I'm almost to 250 views, and that just means the world to me. I do this just for fun, because I love the hobby, and I just wanted to share my experience with the hobby with other people. So I love that some of you are actually enjoying it and, you know, are watching, and I sincerely hope if you've watched this video and you enjoyed it, leave a like or a comment. Any kind of feedback or discussion is always going to brighten up my day. I would love to sit down and have a conversation with you about comic books. Comic books are my passion, and if you're watching this channel, I imagine they're yours as well. And if you want to share that passion with others, the comments down below is an open place for that discussion. And I want to thank you for checking out this video. If you're interested in checking out more, go ahead and check out my channel or subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future. I will be coming back with new Comic Book Day vlogs. Like I said, I will probably be releasing my next new Comic Book Day vlog on January 2nd or somewhere around that time period, depending on how my schedule and work and stuff goes. I will try to be releasing new videos, in between that. But I just want to say, again, thank you for checking out this channel. You have helped end my 2025 on a fantastic note, and I hope to go into 2026 with a renewed passion and energy for both this channel and comic books, and I hope that you come along for the ride. I hope to see you all next year and see you in my next video. Have yourselves a wonderful holiday and a great time. Goodbye.